If you're ready to discover a game-changing, unique way of creating plagiarism-free articles that are long and detailed, this is the video for you. And I'm going to show you how to fully utilize this tool called NotebookLM to the best of its ability. So without that said, let's get right into it. So here I am on notebooklm.google, and all you need to do is press try NotebookLM. Once you're there, you can create a new notebook, and then you can upload the sources either to Google Drive, add a link to a website or YouTube, or even have some copied text. And for this example, I just went to YouTube and I typed in how to skateboard for beginners. So I'm going to grab this URL here. I'm going to grab this URL. And yeah, let's just grab this URL as well. So there are 3 videos. I'm going to go here, choose YouTube. I'm going to paste in that first YouTube URL. I'm going to add another source, which is the second YouTube URL. And I'm going to do the same for the third source. So YouTube, and insert that there. So now I have these 3 sources right here. Make sure that they are all ticked, which they should be. Okay, for some reason we have this can't be, okay, transcript not available. So let's just choose another one here. How to ride a skateboard and beginner steps. Okay, let's copy this link and go back here. Just leave that there. And I'm going to add this last one right here. So great, I have these 3 videos. So now I can hit generate. And as you might know, this will create a podcast between 2 people, AI generated voices that will discuss whatever it is that was created here. Now, the way this works is that it will use the transcript in order to generate the conversation. So here we have the transcript of each of the 3 videos. So this will take a few minutes and it will generate the conversation. So let me just pause this and get back to the video once this finishes generating. So in a few minutes, this generated this 70-minute audio, which isn't too bad.
All right, so
Advanced mode.
yes.
Yeah, this is where it becomes extra important.
Perfect. So we have this 70-minute audio podcast, but can still do more with this. So what we can do is, first of all, go to download this. Go here, hit download, and now I can add a new source, which is the same file that I just downloaded. So I can insert that. Now what I'm going to do is remove the 3 sources that I had before. Just need to give this some time to process and create a transcript for it. And now we're going to do the same process, but we're going to customize the input that is created. Okay, so this generated that transcript, which is great. We have the summary here. So what we can do is delete that. And now we can customize this. And we can add a prompt to ensure that the AI hosts focus on, for example, step-by-steps or going into a lot of detail. And to help with this is where we're going to use Claude for the first time. So we can say, I have a podcast between 2 people, and I want to take their conversation and make them go much deeper into the topic. The topic is skateboarding for beginners. Give me a prompt that will help me get the most out of their conversation for the target audience. So let's start with that. So just creating all things that they would need to speak about, imagining that someone that is a beginner on the topic would be interested in. So this prompt framework will help you draw deeper insights, structure the conversation, cover both technical aspects, address common concerns. Great. So now what we could also say is, perfect. For each of the points, come up with 3 subpoints. Yeah, some typos over there, but all good. So now we're getting more out of that conversation. Or at least potentially this is the plan. So what we're going to do is use the output there, go back here, and paste that in. Now the problem is that here we are over the number of characters that we have available. So it should be less than 500 characters. So let's go back here and say the output should be less than 500 characters. Okay. And let's go back to Notebook, paste that in, and hit generate. So now let's see, from the 17 minutes that we had before, let's see if this will go into a lot more detail in terms of the output that it generates. So again, I'm going to pause this and get back to it once this finishes generating. And also, while this is generating, one thing I wanted to check was take the contents of the first version and see how long this was. So if I go to word counter here, I have 2,280 words. So once this generates, I'll be able to compare that podcast, the transcript, whatever you want to call it, with the new one that will be generated. Alright, so this generated, we now have a 23-minute podcast, so it is significantly longer than the previous one, which was like 16 or 17 minutes. We also have suggested questions that we can use to expand on this, but what we're interested in is the actual transcript. So what we're going to do is download this, and again we can import that, which would allow us to get the transcript right here. So now what we're going to do is go to Claude and start a new chat window and say I have this transcript from a podcast and I want to turn it into a fully fledged Markdown ATX article to publish on my blog, for example. And let's just start with inserting that transcript. So I'm just going to copy all this and just paste that into Claude. What is important here is this specification of Markdown ATX format, because what we want is this to already have the formatting there. Now what you will see is that it's creating it more like an outline rather than a full article. So if I copy this and go to word counter, you'll see I have a 624 word article, which isn't very long. But what you want to do now, and this is where the secret sauce lies, is the following. So here it's like you have almost an outline, right? That is the combination of 3 different videos. It's a combination of transforming the result of that into a longer podcast. So this is definitely something that you can use on its own. You can also create a table of contents if you wanted to, but I just prefer to use the article so it doesn't miss out on anything, and then use the generated article right here as a form of an outline. Because what we're going to do next, while this is generating an outline, so you'll see the difference, is we're going to use Claude to go through this article and expand on each section. So in Claude, I'm going to provide this prompt. I'm going to give you an outline of an article called From Zero to Hero, Beginner's Guide to Skateboarding. I want you to take the section outline marked by dash dash and arrow, or whatever you want to call that, and turn it from an outline into a fully fledged section article, section conversation article. And here you can insert whatever your brand tone, your writing guidelines might be. Only output the detailed, only output the section I have marked. You can reference everything else in the outline, but do not go into detail on it, on these other sections. Go as deep as you can to provide the best information on the section you are producing. Output should always be in Markdown ATX format. And just like that, all I'm gonna do is put a dash and greater than symbol, and then copy pasting this and hitting enter. And now what I'm gonna do is open up a converter, Markdown to HTML. This is my favorite one, markdown to html.com. Put it next to Claude. And as you can see, this is just the introduction. So if I copy that, paste that in, this is just the introduction. Okay, I think I pasted, yeah, I didn't remove the stuff that was here before. And just this introduction, so before I had 64 words in total, just the introduction is 495 words. So all you need to do the same for this next part. Also, get straight to the point. Do not include words like that. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to remove that symbol from there. I'm just going to put it there. I'm going to paste that in here. And all I need to do is keep doing that for each section of the article. And you will see that by the end of this, we'll have a very long and detailed article that is also already formatted. And what you could do, if you wanted to, you could also turn all of these again into additional sections. So I can copy this, go back here, and at the end, just paste that in. Go here, for footwear, copy, and paste that in. The next section will be safety equipment. So I can already copy that. Then I'll have finding your stance. So copy, paste that, add that here. So here I had safety equipment. So finding your stance is next. Then I'll have basic techniques. As you can see, it gets very quickly. You can get to do it very quickly, very soon, kind of. So just paste this here, safety equipment. This is now writing finding your stance, which it's done with. I have basic techniques here. So paste that there. Then I'll have pushing off. And I can just keep going and going with this. Copy this, paste that in there. But as you can see, all of this can be great to even go into more detail about, because it's giving me a lot of bullet point outputs. If I copy this and go back to word counter, and I have a 1,000-word article. And as you can see here, we've kind of gone to the whole bullet point type of output. So what I would do, as soon as I notice that, is go back here. So immediately here, I would update this one here and say, okay, let's convert each bullet point section and go with something that is more conversational, because this is not exactly what I want. So what I would do is take this, and just to give you an example, the board, right? Yeah. So if I go back here, let's see, grab this, go back to the board, paste that, copy, focus more on conversational text instead of bullet points. And now I paste in my section, which is the board. So now we'll see if this will give us more complete text instead of bullet points, which it seems to be doing. So what you could then do, you go back here and choose or find the board section. So I would just remove this and be more mindful of what this is creating. So paste that in there. Let's go to the next section, copy. Say next section, again, focus on conversational text rather than bullet points. So like this, I would have done 3 different sections, the intro and the second and third sections. And just with that, I have a 1700 word article. And if we do some quick maths, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's like 16 different sections, which means that if we have like each section, I don't know, let's do some quick maths. So 1700 division by 3. So each section is like 500, let's say 550 words. If we have 17 sections, that could be a 9,000 word article just by doing this step by step. And I showed the NotebookLM method here because I like the quality that this creates. And it also gives you audio file that you can then attach to your post, which means that you have multimedia on your WordPress site, on your website, meaning that more people would stay longer on your page, which means more engagement, people staying longer, which is a ranking factor as well, of course, SEO. So it all adds up. And it all started by just finding 3 different videos and combining them together as input. So definitely something to check out. You can also get additional questions that you can discuss in your WordPress article, and you can keep building from there. You can also use this to create images for the different sections. So the possibilities are literally endless. And with this customized feature, I think that is something that people are not really using. So anyway, definitely give this a shot. If you haven't, use NotebookLM and see what you can do. And yeah, let me know how it goes. And if you have any further questions on this, I'm more than happy to help. So if you found this useful, check out the link in the description if you want to learn how to use AI and automation in your business, because there are also ways how to automate this process to make it faster, to make it so you don't have to do all the manual inputs yourself. And in the meantime, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, because it really helps this channel and me to keep producing more videos. I'll speak to you soon. Have a great rest of your day.